G'day mate, it's just a little 009L still. I'm going to put a twin jetted carby on it. But I thought I'd show you guys what I look for. So you can see, I'll point to it. There's one jet that's just there with the end of the screwdriver. Get a better view than that. Yeah, there. Tripods, arms, legs, they're all right. So, I'm going to zoom in that. Yep. So, there's one mixture screw. I get a better view than that. That's one screw there, it's at the L. It's low one there. Now there's no high. Normally there's a high here, but it's blocked off. But I want to show you full revs. You want more power of your saw. You need to have full revs so you can have tune your saw properly. It makes it easy. If you don't, you have problems though. The carby fluctuates, but I prefer to have full revs and you get more power anyway. Yeah, you'll see just there's a linkage. The lever goes in the middle holes, 5 holes. It goes in the middle one, so that'll be number 3 both ways. Now when that goes fully open, that's full revs. Now it's not full though. Still got a bit more movement just there. That's full revs there. Now it's not much, but you get full revs, so it doesn't go all the way. As soon as you touch it, it wants to go full. When the motor runs, I imagine it will suck itself full. Now there's a linkage just down. That's metal linkage. There's a lot of movement there before it even takes up. So I might have to bend the linkage just a little bit, try and get a little bit more movement, but you don't want to go too far because that'll upset your idle. So you want it to idle. So you want it to be slightly loose, but not too loose. That's the delicate part. So as I said before on a lot of other videos, a little bit goes a long way sometimes. Now that fuel on there only sits like that, okay? But we'll get the other carby out. I'll show you what the go is. It's aftermarket. And Ish sent this to me. He hasn't even seen it yet. Hasn't even opened it up. I don't think he has. I didn't even realise there was a problem. So I started playing with it. So that's we're looking at. Sits like that. That's down like that. That lever there doesn't go all the way. That part of the lever, this part just there, it's the back of the idle screw. But when you get full revs, it doesn't open fully. Now it does when you force it. You don't force it, goes to there. If you don't force it, you're bending it like that. So I'm going to have to grind just a little piece there off, just a tiny bit, to actually get to the full revs. So normally it goes to there. That's not full. I force a bit more, that's full like that. There's not much, but little things like that. To say that's, I don't know, 10% more power. That's 10% more power than a 40cc saw. That's heaps. So yeah, that's where it sits normally. Push it with my finger, it does. So what's actually hidden? I'll work out what's actually hidden. That's on the idle screw, that's perfect. The idle screw works. The way it should. Went it too far, I think. Yeah, it's went just a bit too far. I'll wind that back. Has to be open a little bit, not too much though, it's cracked. Maybe about there. Yeah, about halfway. I'll give it a bit more red. So you can see a gap in the butterfly, just a tiny bit. So there you go through. I can adjust it from that. But am I getting full revs now? No, it's still hitting something. Oh, I can see. It's that spring. Wow. The spring just there. Back into that spring. It's hitting the case. Yep, so I'm going to have to file. How am I going to do that? I have to pull this back part here off and file that case back off with a file so it can get forwards because of that stupid spring. Wow. Yeah, it's a spring. It's definitely. So I'll get rid of that. Won't be much, but I'll have to show you guys. Alright, I'll get that off. I might as well show you the whole lot. So I just unscrew that, but to remember when you do it, do a visual where things are meant to go back so you don't lose things. Have a clean bench. Wiped it over with an old towel, no dust and crap. If I have to, I usually use brake cleaner. Spray the table, get a good scrub. Wipe it all clean again, blow it off. The sawdust have heaps of sawdust and crap and unburnt crap. I pull that screw out. There's no fuel been for this cubby yet at all. So I've got to pay attention. I'm after that part here. Just on that block off, so there's the block. So I need to file that little leading edge there off. You see work mark and stuff in there. I'll pick that up. Little scratches and stuff. You think it'd be perfect? So right, so I've got to adjust it just there, I think. Which one was it? So it's set like that. So directly underneath, okay. Just underneath there. Actually, there's a mark. A little black mark where it's hitting. So I'll take the gaskets off. So they don't get damaged or get crap on them. Filings and stuff. Which is pretty safe because it's never been used. Well, I'm full revs of this thing on full power. So the gasket will come off because it's never been used. But still be careful though because it's been squashed. It was on tight. That's it. Now I'm going to file that part there off. Just there. So I'll pause it and I'll show you what I do. Or what I have done. Okay, you can see where I've been filing this there. A little edge just off that there. Okay. So the string comes down on that part there, hangs itself up. Now I've got rid of some in the middle, so it's got more clearance. So it won't hang up now. I can put it all back together and put it on the saw. Or get ready to saw. I'll pause it and put the carby back together. And make sure it's all clean up, make sure no crap in there. And I'll fit it to the saw and see where you go then. Okay. I put it back together and found that part just there. The return on the actual butterfly, where the accelerator goes, it's there, but doesn't let this the motor or the carby open all the way up. So I'll show you. Do a dummy fit. Goes like that. Just open up it. So it sits in like no gaskets. But when you go full acceleration, it's there. That's not full acceleration. Full acceleration, even with the carby gaskets in there. So it should be a bit more like that. That should be full. So I have to file that piece off just in there. Never let that lever go all the way open. So on full power, I think it's a way of retard them so they can't go full revs. But I'll file that back and I'll fit it again. Watch this. Okay, you can now see I filed that part there back. So that should leave just enough room for the lever to come by fully open and not retard the saw. So just a little bit goes a long way. Remember guys, a little bit, a long way. So I had to remove the part here for the just to open it, and now that's that part there. Now put it back together and have a look. So it looks like. Okay, success, mate. So I can show this. Down view, full acceleration. Now it's fully open. That straight through shot. Now you only do this if you're seriously after horsepower like I am. I'm always chasing after the extra bit. Big Mozzie, something trying to buy me. I filed this piece just here. Just there, I filed as much as I could. in the end I gave up on that idea. I followed that part there. I gave up because I started hitting the oil screw. So I tried that. But the main problem was that spring there at first. So that fixed that issue there. But that part there, in the end, I got the side cutters and just snipped about, I don't know, half a mil or mil off that real part there, and bent with the pliers just a little bit. The tiny little bend, not much. They won't affect the way the carpet works. So opens up easy, no tight spots, but it's full out shot, straight down. So I get 4 revs now. It snaps back to where it should go, idle like that. So now I can put on the carby on the saw itself. So you got the low, which is towards the motor, and the high, the upper part. Now I should get a good run out of the thing. I'll put it on the saw now. These little saws you want to muck around. First thing you do is undo the back screws, plain screw, and the handle. Don't lose them. Always have a magnet tray. That tray there, big magnet. So don't lose stuff. That releases the plastic part here. Put your hand in the operator lever, operator lever's present lever there. Hold that down because that'll pop off. That spring there goes underneath the handle and rides up there. But so when you pull them out, just be careful, watch, everything goes together. So it's sitting there, you feed it back in and put the lid back over. So it's pretty easy to remember. It comes up like that. Pretty easy. Now, the part for the accelerator is this part here. It comes out. I'll get you a bit closer, I hope. I'll try to. The tripod keeps getting in the road. So I go to 2. So pretty self-explanatory when you start pulling pipe. It comes up, out, and the lever goes through the handle, I think, by memory. Yeah, it goes through. There's a little hole just there. It goes through that part there. So you slip it on and it slides down. So that's the handle. The carby, only got 2 screws. One there and one there. That's a fuel line. And that's a pulse line, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a pulse line. Has to be. I actually looked at that. Pulse line. No, breather pipe, or maybe for the oil pump. Probably the oil pump, let's say. Alright, I'll pause and I'll put the new carby on. I thought I'd show you this part. This I call preventative maintenance. Because these are a reed saw, the little piece of steel there is the intake. The part there is a reed valve, so it's spring loaded. So it moves just a bit. Before I put the carby back on, I'm going to make sure the screws are tight, because they might come loose. Because I'm not aware of this saw, that's tight. That one there's tight. Don't go stupid, make sure they're really firm. Because they're plastic or stuff. Make sure the gasket looks alright. I'll have to clean it up. If it was no good, I'd have to get another gasket, but that should be fine. It's not broken or it's not faded. They get really thin over the years. That feels alright though still. If I was worried, I could actually do gasket glue. Permimax. But I thought I'd show you this is the interesting part. That is the factory carby. The size of that Ventura. This is the one you're going back in. The size of that. Oh yeah, baby. That's going to make it raw. Wow. That's what, almost half size again. That's going to get crazy. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, it's bit bigger. 20%, something like that. Yeah, there's a big difference. But the Ventura, it's a big difference too. But that might make it bogged down, I don't know. So it's all about stick on saw, see how it goes. But I know. This is why I go step by step. So I might put the carby on and go, it's better than factory carby. Might be no good. But if you don't test with the factory carby, as I do, you never know. So why do me testing? Right, I'll get you back on. that line there is your fuel, and that's a pulse line for your oil pump. These have a diaphragm for the oil pump, like what do you call it? A diaphragm inside your carby. Down just in here, the little diaphragm that pumps the oil, and you can't get past from no more. So if you've got one of these, they go good, hang them up. Don't work them because you can't get past. As far as I know, I've been told by the lawnmower shop, you can't get past. I had to show this. Every time you think of something, there's always another thing that needs to be filmed. That's a carby off a smaller 009. I think that's all called. Little tiny little cylinder. Then you got two bolts holding the cylinder. This one you could save the cylinder, but the piston's a bit hooked. You see the marks there. But she's done a lot of work. I think if I had that, didn't look after carby. I look after the FL. That's the carby off that. What size is that Ventura? Tiny. That's Ventura on 099L is one. That's the aftermarket one. So you imagine swapping them around. Big difference. That's got twin screws though. I thought I might use that, but as soon as I saw that size of that Ventura, I thought no way. But you look at the side, it's similar on the inside, the butterfly. Similar, but still small. Right, I'll show you that, guys. Next. Okay, she's back in now. What I normally do is I get a torch, because these little saws, there's no room to really work in there. So go down and look as much as you can with a torch, make sure the gasket's where it should be. I got the screws just started, and put my finger inside the Ventura, lifted up the carby, made sure the gasket was trapped by the screws, looked right around, make sure that nothing was in the road, nothing was hooked or caught. The linkage, I actually stretched the linkage just a tiny bit. I'll put it all together, we've got the camera on. But what I might have to do is modify where the fuel line goes in, because the fuel line, this one, so the carby was like that. The fuel line would go to the side and come around, where this fuel line that's on it is actually facing straight up. So I have to work out some way to reorganise where that fuel line goes. I might have enough hose, I don't know, but I'll work that out. But that's what I'll have to show now. But put it all back together and take it for a run tomorrow, hopefully. Like today in Australia, we're looking, it'll be close to 35 degrees, bloody hot. But it's stuffing humidity, stinking humidity, no wind really to speak of. Go outside, you feel the sunburn, you crap out of you. But yeah, warm. The rest of the world's freezing, so we're stinking hot. Alright guys, as usual, thanks for watching. But I'm looking forward to this thing now, see how she goes. Right, over and out. Okay, this is add-on. I'll just show you guys. The way the fuel line came out of the carby used to come straight up, so these carbies must fit something else, but the carby cost $81. I expect a bit better than this. I shouldn't have to adjust the butterfly, and I shouldn't have to adjust where the fuel line goes in. So to get that fuel onto the nipple there, where's the carby? You see that fuel on there sticks out past the aluminium. That's battery. That's issue salt. That one. The fuel on the new carby doesn't stick out. It rubs against the aluminium. So they force it out just enough to get the fuel on. And I don't really like bending these things around because they leak. Hopefully it doesn't leak, but it's a pain. So I thought I'd show you guys. So I just put it back on again. If I try to put the fuel line straight up, like that, the air fuel will get stuck. So it's got to be flush. The fuel line's got to be flush with the carby. Oh, one I didn't show you. These things are always, you think it's simple, nothing's ever simple. It's going to happen, Murphy's Law, it'll happen. It always happens the worst too. Get the back on. Lift it back up. Otherwise, to pull the fuel line out, I don't really want to do that, but I can't really see how I could put the fuel line into a spot that won't interfere. So that fuel line's going to be lower than the carby, like so. So the air filter won't get upset. So the air filter sits over the top, like that. So if it sticks up, it's not gonna give it clean air. So it's a funny little setup. It does work, but you take these off. Be careful. The amount of crack that can be underneath here will surprise you. But that's the next part. How can I improve the airflow? The airflow comes through that part just there. Tiny little hole. Yep. So I talked to the owner and ask him, does he want me to leave these little holes here for the screws open? A little more dust in, but a little more air and more power. So I have got the plastic part for that, which is here. Then you got one screw hole for the L. It's there. So I have to, no, this one here. That's the L. I drill that to the H, make it sit, but that slows how much air goes down into the cubby. So it goes in like that. And that one goes in there. So the only airflow for this whole cubby comes through that little grate just there. But just there. So I don't know, Ish, do you want that blocked up or do you want more airflow? More airflow means more oxygen, which means more bang bang. Alright guys, I'm going back in the shit, back in the house. Alright, thanks for watching.